Be afraid. Be very afraid. Finally! Oh my gosh, this took forever. Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry about that, guys and gals. There were some major issues going on with YouTube, and I don't know, it was really whacked. But suffice it to say, I have made it to the live stream. Thank you to everyone who's shown up tonight, and there will be probably more people joining us as the night continues. But first of all, I want to ask, does everything sound and look okay? Is the lighting okay? Is it lagging? Can you hear me fine? I want to make sure everyone can hear. Is Annie okay? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Well, I'm glad everybody is here. Some people have been waiting for quite a while, so I'm glad that hopefully the wait will be worth it for you guys who are joining me tonight. So yeah, like I said, YouTube was kind of being a butt. It's been annoying recently. I don't like what they've been doing to the behind the scenes of YouTube, if you're familiar with it at all. They basically want you to have an encoder now for your streams, which basically means a third party. So essentially, I would have to get a new platform to live stream entirely, and I don't know. To me, it's kind of dumb when I can just live stream off of my webcam, and there should be a simple option to share screen. It worked fine with Google Hangouts, and I know YouTube really likes partnering with Google, so why they changed that doesn't make any sense to me, and I think that was kind of dumb. That's probably the worst decision that they've made in quite a while. So unfortunately, live streams have been a little wacky. That's why I haven't done them in a while. But all of that goes into consideration when I say I am back because you guys have demanded me to go live. I like going live, and I'm happy to be here for you guys. Also, if you don't already, make sure to follow my social medias, especially Instagram and Facebook, mostly Instagram. I go live on there from time to time, and it would be really cool if some of you from Instagram headed over to YouTube. So I think that's pretty cool too. So what's on the menu for tonight's stream? Tonight's scream. If you're wondering, I do have a few things planned. I have some announcements I have to make, some updates, some potential things to run by you guys. We're going to talk about my video that I released the other day, which had massive feedback, so I want to hear from you guys what you thought about that. We'll talk a bit about Spirit Halloween and a few other announcements that you may have not expected. You may have not expected some of the things that I'm going to show you all in this stream. But first things first, let's open up a brief Q&A. So 1 second. Wait, what did I just do? All right, so leave any questions you want me to answer, or maybe you just want to ask the people. That's more than acceptable. I'm just here to bear the message. So give me 1 second to quickly do something. All right, here we go. Now, when I clicked off, did that make me go away? Just first of all. I don't think it did. I hope not. I hope not. Okay. All right. All right, I got some questions. So let me go up and we will begin answering questions. I could ask you a question. I also brought my horror Trivial Pursuit if we want to play that. We'll see if we need that tonight. First question from Vibrant Animatronic. How is Quarantinoween going? Quarantinoween's going just fine. And I've been watching some movies. I've been catching up on some horror films that I have yet to see. So that was great. I've watched The Wicker Man, which review on my channel, so go watch that if you haven't seen it yet. I watched Phantasm, which was pretty cool. I watched the Evil Dead series and Ash versus the Evil Dead. I binged all of that. What else have I watched? I got to see Christine again, which was a nice treat. I know I'm missing more. I put a lot on Instagram of the movies that I watched over the month. It was nice to catch up on some horror films that a lot of people were telling me to watch. A few other movies that I've yet to watch that I want to include on my watch list are The Hills Have Eyes, Carrie. Um, Man, there's a few more, but I'll think of those. I'll think of those. Can you show the Morbid 2020 catalog? Perhaps. That's going to be its own video, but I do have it, so if enough people want me to, I can whip it out in a minute. How loud can you scream? I can scream a decent amount. I'm not going to scream right now if you're wanting me to, but I can, in fact, scream. Who's better, White Spy or Black Spy? Okay, so this is a spy versus spy question, not really a horror or Halloween themed question. But I am a fan of the Spy versus Spy comics, some of my favorite comic characters, and you should really get into them if you haven't. Um, there have been a few issues with involving the torture methods used by the spies, and I think the Black Spy uses some like pretty brutal methods, and so for that reason, I usually vote White Spy. But I mean, they're basically the whole gimmick is that they're the same exact person. Um, do you like Jimmy? Absolutely, I do love Jimmy. Though Jimmy recently has taken a dip, and I mentioned this in my Spirit video, but I stand by my statement that Jimmy, when they were at their prime, I would say 2008 to 2011, I would say was their prime. And the problem that they have now is their stuff's too child friendly. Their stuff is cheaper, and therefore, it's more, it's higher priced. A great comparison, or I guess a decent comparison, would be looking at the two Freddy Kruegers. You have the Freddy Krueger from like last year, the year before, and the original Freddy Krueger, which are just leaps and bounds different. They're just so different. Even if you look at an animatronic like Pinhead that didn't really do too much, just moved and talked, he just looks so good. Then you compare that to like the werewolf they have at Lowe's, and it's just laughable. It's cartoonish. It's, I don't know. They're doing pretty good with the tabletops right now, so that's nice. But the I don't know. Their life sizes are slacking to me. How long have I been at Spirit? Well, I haven't been at Spirit in terms of like I'm not there currently, as you can see. But if you mean how long I've been going to Spirit, I've been going to Spirit since 2006 or 7. It's been a long time coming. What kind of themes do you think Spirit will do? That is a great question. To which I don't have a great answer, but I have a feasible answer, and I'm going to get to that when I talk about Spirit. So give me a second to get to Spirit because I have a few things I want to talk about regarding Spirit. Whoops! It just brought me right back to the bottom. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? Let me talk about Spirit for a second. No, let me just get through the Q&A. How would you feel if Goosebumps has an animated series? I would probably be fine with that because I like Goosebumps, but I really think the live action series is probably where it's at. But the problem with animation is even though animation can be used for an adult audience, I feel like more often than not people associate animation with a child audience, and I think Goosebumps deserves a more mature audience if they're going for that. I don't know though, because they really want to go back to the movies. Tony _UA6 asks, favorite slasher. When people ask me my favorite slashers, I immediately have three that pop into my brain: Michael Myers, Chucky, and Ghostface. I'm going to eliminate Ghostface because while the Scream movies are amazing and probably some of my favorite horror films, Ghostface changes every time, and Ghostface himself isn't one character. So really it comes down to Michael Myers and Chucky, and that's hard to say because Chucky has a personality to him. He says funny one-liners. He's a doll. He talks. He runs around. Michael Myers is quieter and therefore more menacing and creepy, kind of like Jason. But so it's hard to say. I think the original Halloween, is the best slasher movie. But Michael Myers hasn't always been great in every Halloween movie, but every Chucky movie, Chucky is the standout from the film. So there could be a bad Child's Play film, like even Seed of Chucky, you still go and see it because Chucky's in the movie. Whereas a movie like Halloween 5 or 6 has Michael Myers in it, but he didn't redeem the movie. Does that make sense? So overall, best slasher, Michael Myers. But the one that I think is the most entertaining and my kind of fan favorite is probably Chucky because he's more energetic, I guess, and I think he's a better character in the sense of the word. Good question. What themes you want at Spirit? I'm going to get to that. When is the short film video coming out? That is a great question. I will talk about that right now. That was one of the things on my to-do list. So I was editing the short film contest today. Thank you to everybody who submitted a short film into the contest. That video right now is at a whopping 2 hours and 10 minutes long. With it, I haven't even shot the intro and the outro to it yet. It's going to be about a 2 hour and 15-minute video. That is monstrous. Perhaps my biggest video ever. It'll be worth it, though. And I think because everyone's stuck at home, they're going to enjoy watching all of the short films. This is the crazy part. Now, I like me a good conspiracy theory, but I might need a bigger conspiracy theorist to help me out on this. But just take a guess. How many submissions did I get? At least from what I've counted in my emails. Now remember, if you submitted, you have to make sure that the subject was horror short submission, and it had to be sent to my email or else I didn't get it. Think about this. How many did I get? It was not over 9,000. It was less than 50, if that helps. It was less than 50. But I'm going to be honest, I thought only a few of you would submit. I thought there would be like 5. So I really appreciate everybody who submitted. Here's the crazy part. Here's the crazy part. 31. 31. I could not have planned that any better. Exactly 31 short horror films were submitted. How crazy is that? The spookiest number, the Halloween number, 31 of you submitted a horror short, which I think is pretty radical. So thank you again to everybody who submitted. If you didn't get to and you are like, oh man, I wish I did, don't fret because I'm going to have another one, another contest later this year, probably around Halloween time. So get your short films prepared so that way you have a chance to win the contest for October. All right, let's keep going with the questions. I have 2 chats open right now. I'm back on one chat and I'm watching the current chat. So let's keep going. What is your least favorite Halloween prop ever made by Spirit? Well, technically Spirit doesn't make the props. They just distribute the props. And I answered that question, plug intended, in a video that I just made, which I will talk about too. Have you seen Cloverfield? Great question. Absolutely. I've seen all three Cloverfields. I like all of them. I think Cloverfield is the best of the three, but 10 Cloverfield Lane is really good in its own right. 10 Cloverfield Lane is more of a psychological horror film, whereas Cloverfield is a great found footage monster movie. I recommend them both very highly. Favorite 80s horror film? The Shining. But The Shining doesn't feel 80s because it's too Kubrick. So, in terms of pure 80s, that's hard to say. I mean, American Werewolf in London's up there. I mean, Jason, of course, is an 80s icon. Return of the Living Dead might be one of the best because it has the real 80s feel to it, and it's a really good movie. There's a lot of great 80s horror films, and I'm going to be working on a series, which if you want to hear more about that, I'll let you guys know. Let's go down. Let me keep scrolling. Da 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 da. Da, da, da. Any specific masks? Matthew Green asks. Any specific masks you're looking at? I am looking at a few masks right now, both new and old ones. So there's a few new ones from Trick or Treat Studios that I want, which I talked about in my catalog review, including the Scary Stories ones and the Universal Monsters ones. But I'm also looking at some Evil Dead stuff, like the Necronomicon Ex Mortis and what's it called? Pee-wee, I think is the name of the mask. You can look those up. Both very cool masks. Well, actually, the Necronomicon is not a mask; it's just a prop, but it's really cool. So yeah. Let me keep going. What Horror Nights house would you personally love to see? Haley asks. Well, there are some that I missed out on, which I wish I could have been at. For example, The Shining and The Exorcist, I really wanted to go to. American Werewolf in London, I really would have liked to. Creep Show, we didn't get it here in Florida, but the darn people in Cali got it, so I hope that we'll get it this year. Of course, if Halloween Horror Nights even happens. But I'm trying to think of I look around my room because I know I can get ideas because I have a lot of horror movie stuff in here. I would really like to see a Scream one because Scream is in my top 5 horror movies and they've never done it. Same goes for Psycho. I feel like those two really deserve their own maze, but I think Scream would work better because Ghostface is an easy character to put into a haunted maze. Good question. Good question, Haley. Let's keep going. Haunt Channel asks, "What are your opinions on Morbid Enterprises / Industries?" Uh, like Jemmy, I definitely think Morbid was at its peak back in around 2008, and those props and animatronics were awesome, especially the foam-filled stuff and the masks that they had. Just really sweet stuff. Now, I can't say that all of their stuff is bad, but I think certainly there are some things that are better than others. I feel like a lot of their stuff relies heavily on plastic, and I think the latex was far better, a better material to use. But when I went to HauntCon and I asked Morbid, yeah, I talked to some of the people at Morbid. They explained to me that yes, latex was awesome for props like Spasm, but of course the cost is a lot higher to use those materials, which is understandable, but at the same time, the quality is better. And if they charged more, I still would be open to getting them. That's my opinion. Who is better, Hex or Insane Inmate? Well, if you're talking about the original Hex, then Hex. But if you're talking about the remake Hex, probably still Hex, I think. No hate on Insane Inmate because I have him obviously, but Insane Inmate is a watered down version of Spasm. If you didn't know, basically. Let's keep going. Thoughts on Wacko Jacko, aka our Lord and Savior? Well, I did an entire video on my Wacko Jacko, so go check that out. I really am fascinated with urban legends, and I think the Wacko Jacko one is real weird, and I like it. I don't know why I didn't bring my mask with me, but it is currently downstairs in my mask bin, which I should probably get out. JTA Haunt says, it's sad. Jemmy used to be one of, if not the best company out there. Look at Zoltan, yeah, and the Dr. Shivers remakes. They really need to fix things up. So I actually didn't know that they were remaking Zoltan and Dr. Shivers. So if someone could send me a link to that privately, I'd like to check those out. But I agree with you, JTA. I think they've greatly messed up on a lot of their animatronics. So far, a great video. Thank you, Ariel. I appreciate that. Sorry, it froze. Can everyone still see me? It went weird on my... Everyone still see me okay? I'm just... Okay, that was weird. All right. I don't know what that was on my end. I'm sorry. All right, just making sure. Someone asked, is Hex supposed to be possessed or like a monster? I always took it as Hex is like a farm boy who got possessed, because a hex is like a curse, so I think that was in the name. Who is your favorite Jemmy licensed prop? Well, I talked about this in my other video, which I recommend you check out. But to put it briefly, the best two are Michael Myers, the H2O Michael Myers, not the Rob Zombie, and Ghostface. And I came to the conclusion that Michael Myers was the best. So the H2O Michael Myers, what would that would be from 2010, the 2010 Myers. Madison asks, could you make a review of Coraline, please? Perhaps if I end up doing more animated reviews. I typically stick to the horror movies, but if enough people want me to, I can probably deliver on that. Do you want E-Coop videos asks, do you want more or less clown animatronics at Spirit Halloween? I kind of want less, and I'll get into why in a minute. So let me get through the rest of the Q&A. Send in your last bit of questions if you have any more, and then we're going to move on. But yes, Spirit Halloween's definitely a subject that we can discuss. Susie asks, is Gremlins 3 coming out? I don't know. That's been up in the air for a long, long time. I would love to see Gremlins 3, but I know it's kind of in development purgatory right now. What's your favorite tabletop prop? Kyle Murray asks. My favorite tabletop prop is Teddy Bear. Yeah, the OG Teddy Bear, who's actually underneath right now in my garage. Tones Toys says, did you see Krampus? Yes, there's my Krampus poster and mask. I love Krampus. Great movie. Haley N2020 says, did you like Phantasm? I enjoyed Phantasm quite a bit. That was a pretty good movie. It's definitely different. It's a little more artistic and surreal than a lot of other movies from the 80s, but it was definitely a good, creepy movie, and there was a great plot twist, and I like me a good plot twist. Do you think Wacky Mole will come back? No, I don't. For a lot of people who really want, well, let me get to Spirit Halloween. We'll talk about Spirit. So, have you seen Martyrs? No, I haven't. I guess I should add that to the list. Is Gremlins 2 a comedy or a horror? Gremlins 2 is more comedy than it is horror, whereas the first movie is more horror than it is comedy, but they're both horror comedies, just based off of the plot alone. What's your favorite Tim Burton film? My favorite Tim Burton film would be The Nightmare Before Christmas, followed by Beetlejuice and Batman Returns, I think. I just noticed the gremlin on your wall. Yep, I have a gremlin, the Gremlins poster, and Gizmo, which I can bring them over if you guys want to see them in a minute. I'm going to do a room tour as well, so get comfy for that. That not in this stream. I'm going to do that later because I'm not going to pick up my laptop. What's your Tones Toys? Thanks for commenting. Also asks, what's your favorite horror movie? My favorite horror movie is The Shining from 1980, tied with The Exorcist because I can't decide between which one's better, but those are my favorites. I wish Spirit would make a Poltergeist or Five Nights at Freddy's prop. I would love a Poltergeist prop, and I mean they have made Five Nights at Freddy's props, but I feel like Five Nights at Freddy's, which actually is going to be a subject in the stream, by the way, spoiler alert. But yeah, yeah. Are you looking forward to Halloween Kills? Absolutely. Halloween Kills is going to be fantastic. I'm excited for that movie. Turn on Spasm. Spasm's over there. I can bring him over in a minute if you want to see that. What's your least favorite horror movie? This is a good question. It's hard because I really like most horror films. Even if they're not the best, I still like the creativity. And I don't really want to pick this one. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I will say a movie that I was vastly disappointed in. Perhaps I need to rewatch it. But over this quarantine, I watched the movie The Howling from 1981, which is directed by Joe Dante, who directed Gremlins, which is one of my favorite movies ever. So I had high hopes for it, and I didn't really care for it. I thought the characters were weak. I thought the story could have been way better with what was given. And while the werewolves were cool, you didn't get to see them a whole lot. Was rather disappointing, but I'll need to watch it again. But yeah, The Howling could have been much better. What's the scariest movie you've ever seen? That's going to go to Hereditary from 2018. Terrifying movie, and a lot of real world applications to that. I don't know what I'm doing with my mouth. Don't mind me. I'm just making noises. What is better, Cujo or Smile Dog? That is a interesting question, Pablo. Well, they're two completely different. I remember watching Cujo when I was younger, and I have it on DVD, so I need to rewatch it because it's been a long time. But Smile Dog's just so darn creepy, and you just hit me with the creepy pasta nostalgia, so I might have to go with Smile Dog. I'm probably going to meet some haunters this year at Flagship. That is cool. And I wanted to bring... Okay, let me just... I keep wanting to go to the spirit thing, but let me finish the questions. Any more questions that anyone has? Have you seen Poltergeist before? Yes, of course. Have you seen a Serbian film? No, I haven't. I haven't. What about a creepypasta movie if it was an anthology? Other than that, I don't want it. Have you seen the Morbid Industries mask called Cletus? No, I have not. But I'm sure it's cool because Morbid Industries was a beautiful thing. What's the first horror movie you ever watched? Well, if you count Gremlins, but the one that I remember being one of the firsts was the original Pet Sematary, and that freaked me out. So, yeah. Freaky. Is this lineup for Spooky Town 2020 good? I think it's decent. There are some really good pieces, and then there's some okay ones, but overall, I think they're pretty Pretty good. Do you think they should make a child Mike Myers? Like a prop? No, I don't I'm not feeling that. Have you seen Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared? Of course. I actually have a poster signed by Becky and Joe. I love that series, and I'm ready for the show in collaboration with the Coco, the Conan O'Brien uh, company. That would be I can't wait for it, and they haven't announced anything about that, so I'm very confused. Yeah, you should watch a Serbian film if you want to get disturbed. I will add that to the list. Will add that to. I actually just recently saw a movie that apparently is trending right now. Actually, I saw it before it took off. I've seen it probably. Maybe it was before coronavirus took off. I shouldn't have said the C word because apparently people are getting demonetized for it. But whatever. Uh, a movie called The Pukespi Tapes. I can never pronounce it right. Pukespi tapes. It was really creepy. A mix between like a slasher movie and a found footage movie. It was like a slasher version of Blair Witch. Good movie. Have you seen Eyes Without a Face? I have not seen Eyes Without a Face, but I would like to watch that. Which is better, the original Poltergeist or the remake? 100% the original. 100%, no question asked. All right, so I think that was a majority of the questions. Now I'm going to move into what I wanted to talk about involving a few different things. Do I listen to Mayu? Yes, I do. Mayuji is awesome. Or Miyu. Miyu. Always pronounce it wrong. Uh, Let me just hang on. The questions are still filtering through. Let me get to Spirit in just a second. Uh, what are your thoughts on the whoa? Sorry. What are your thoughts on the Pet Cemetery remake? I did not like the Pet Cemetery remake. I think it looked nice, but the characters were weak and it was boring for a lot of it. What's the goriest movie you've seen? Uh if you mean like the grossest goriest that made me sick, I feel like some of the later Saw movies get really gory. I haven't even watched them because I don't really like that level of gore. But in terms of a movie with just a lot of blood in it, um, apparently Despicable Me. It's not Despicable Me, but people are spamming Despicable Me. Um, no, Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead, just so much blood in that movie. It's insane, but it's a good movie. It's a good movie, and it didn't make me queasy, but it's like a lot of gore, so it's very over the top. Wait, were you just trying to get me to say Despicable Me? I have watched Despicable Me and Despicable Me 2. Have you seen House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, Three from Hell by Rob Zombie? I have seen House of a Thousand Corpses, and I have the Devil's Rejects on DVD, and I am planning to watch both that and Three from Hell soon. Those are on the list. Those are most certainly on the list. Gru scares me. I don't think Gru scares me. Goyles? Have you seen The Boy? I have seen The Boy. Have you seen Parasite? My favorite movie of the decade. I haven't made a video on that, have I? I think I should. I think I should probably make a video on that. Captain Spaulding's Fried Chicken. Buck, 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 buck. All right, I think we basically did the biggest questions. Um, Stacy asks, "Have you seen the movie Terrifier?" I have not finished the movie, but I watched like half an hour of it. It was very intense. And when I went to Spooky Empire, the guy who plays Art the Clown was actually there. Seemed like a nice guy. And it's just funny that he plays like a homicidal clown. So That's nice. All right, let's talk about the spirit for a second. So I know a lot of people have been asking about my video that I put up a few days ago. I hope everybody liked that, by the way. It took quite a bit of editing to make that work because it was so long. Um, but yeah, I mean, that video is definitely interesting. I enjoyed making it. It was a great nostalgia trip. I understand that you might not agree with everything that I said, but I think for the most part, I stand by the opinions I had on there. I made a few flubs. For example, Guardian of the Grave was around a lot earlier than when I portrayed him as, so that was a mistake. There were a few other mistakes. I probably shouldn't have I shouldn't have ranked. I can't talk. I should not have ranked Roaming Chucky so highly, but he was. I just like Chucky, so give me a break, okay? Give me a break. You brought the goils. I'm guessing you guys just are spamming that, so I'll say it. So yeah, I just said it. I will bring Spasm up momentarily, so remind me. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the video, though. Spirit is having a few props return, if you didn't know. Apparently, rumor has it, if you follow the pricing of their animatronics. So allegedly, rumor has it that both Pennywise and Sam are returning because Spirit popped the price up $10. Sitting Scarecrow is returning. What are the other ones? Well, I know those for sure are returning. Apparently, Bubba's returning. Man's possessed friend. Which, can I be honest for a second? Why is he returning? Does anyone actually like him? I don't find him scary. It's just a dog head. It's not a full dog. I don't get why. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. I don't know why people like that prop so much. And there's a few other ones. I think Demonic Dahlia is returning too. Does anyone else know of any others that are returning? I think that was it. The big one for me is Sam. So if Spirit doesn't have any brand new licensed characters for 2020, or if they don't have any props that tickle my fancy, I'm probably going to gravitate to getting Sam this year. So we'll see what happens with that. Another thing I wanted to bring up is involving, okay, well, this thought has been at the back of my head for a while, so I want to get your feedback on it. But this all depends on coronavirus and Spirit and all of that stuff and traveling and everything. But my question is, if I went, if this is all in theory because I haven't done the research on this yet. This has just been an idea. If I went to Flagship, who would go? If I went like on the opening day, who would go to Flagship if we had like a big meetup? I'm not saying this is happening. I'm saying this is an idea that I thought would be cool. So all depends on what you guys are feeling. Also, it froze up on me again. Why are you freezing up? I don't know. That's weird. That's weird. All right. It started working again. All right. So anyways, yeah. 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 I don't know what I'm doing. If I went to the Flagship, I think that would be kind of cool. If, of course, I would go is the big question in the first place. Where is Flagship this year? Flagship is where it's always been, Egg Harbor Township in New Jersey. Shout out to all my New Jersey friends. I know you're out there. I know you're out there. What was the other thing I wanted to... Oh, Spirit. Yeah, I wanted to talk about Spirit themes because everyone's like, make a Spirit Halloween theme video, which I might. spirit themes are getting trickier because now the props aren't exactly correlating with the themes. But I feel like, and you can correct me on this for all you big spirit purists, I I have been thinking that over the past several years, Spirit has been gravitating to clown and farm props. I feel like that's where they've been focusing. A lot of their stuff has to do with scarecrows or pumpkins or clowns and circus and freaks. I feel like that's kind of what they've been doing. So I would not be surprised if they put a circus or a farm or something along those lines. Perhaps a freak show that could tie in like a rural circus carnival with like a rusty Ferris wheel, something like that. I could foresee at Spirit Halloween. Uh, Cameron, who is in the chat, made a video regarding spirit themes, and he had a good one, so I'm gonna shout you out, Cameron. He mentioned a mine. I think that's what he said, like the spirit mine shaft. I actually think that's a cool idea, and I wouldn't mind seeing how they pull that off. I'm assuming it would look like the ruins, but I think that would be fine. A lot of people want to see a lab, so maybe a lab theme, possibly, but this is all up in the air. What I would really like to see is another horrorplex or some sort of theme revolving around horror movies. Because think about it, right now they have Pennywise and Sam, and if they made another maybe Michael Myers for Halloween Kills, which hype for that movie, they got it. They got it. I know right now Chucky and Michael Myers are online onlys, but if they brought them back to the stores, we would have Chucky, Michael Myers, Pennywise, and Sam. We could have a huge horror theme. Of course, if Spirit will do it. That is the question. And their home decor, their horror home decor could go in the theme or at least off to the side of it. So I feel like that would be a smart idea. So anyways, that's basically all I wanted to say about Spirit Halloween. Question, when I click on this tab, does that take me off? Okay, I'm watching myself. It doesn't, so you can still see me, but I can't see the chat. Good to know. I'm just looking at Spirit's website. They have a 20% off everything sale right now, and you can get free shipping on orders over $100 using promo code. Blah, blah, blah. It's on their site, so you can go check it out. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about. Second thing I wanted to talk about is really weird, and I didn't think I was going to bring it up because I think I'm going to put it in the next Haunt Informer. By the way, can I do that? I was going to bring this up in the next Haunt Informer, which I think I will anyways. But there is if you go to scottgames.com, there is a new FNAF game coming out. Yes, Five Nights at Freddy's. You already know my opinions on Five Nights at Freddy's if you've watched any of my other streams or watched any other of my videos. Five Nights at Freddy's was an amazing game when it came out. The original Five Nights at Freddy's was awesome. And the second game was pretty good. Third game, fourth game, sister location, FNAF World. They lost their demographic, I think, and it shifted from what was a horror game to more of a kid-friendly game. I feel, and I feel like the fan base is a lot of younger people, and that's not a problem because I know a lot of my fans are younger, maybe 12, 13, and that's probably when I was playing Five Nights at Freddy's back in the day. But I feel like it shifted to focus on that demographic that it has providing a solid horror foundation. But with that said, they have a new game coming out on scottgames.com called Security Breach, and it's got like a muscle-bound Freddy Fazbear. I don't know. It looks really weird, and I wanted to address it because I know a lot of you are in the Five Nights at Freddy's, and if you want me to play it on the channel, let me know, because maybe I can figure out how to do that. But yeah, so that's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know what the plot of the game is. Security breach makes me sound like the animatronics are going to be running around. So I don't know. That sounds kind of cool. We'll see what happens with that. Mac, what's better, Tiny Terrors or Grave Ravers? Okay, Tiny Terrors. Are you talking about the little walking ones from Morbid Enterprises? Because if so, they didn't make too many of those. They do have some new ones coming out. Speaking of the catalog, but I don't know. I had a Grave Raver back in the day, but I don't know. They're a little too music-y, dancey. Yeah, having a I like you just the way you are. I like you just the way you are. Yeah, I just did that. So I don't know. I like that Morbid's at least doing horror characters. That's at least more. If you got that joke, then you know about a thing or two about Grave Ravers. So there you go. Priest Meatball just commented warm pea. I just had to point that out. Thank you for warm pea. By the way, the thing that I just did with the dancing, someone can make that into a meme. I would appreciate that. What happened to Reagan? You didn't even mention her. I'm assuming you're referring to my Spirit video. I did want to include Reagan. I actually did mention her in the video, but I did not put her at the best because that was during the year when everything else was so awesome. But Reagan is one of my favorite animatronics, probably one of the best of Morbid's animatronics, and I hope they don't get rid of her. And I hope they keep that license for The Exorcist because it needs to exist. Needs to exist. Okay, we're getting down to brass tacks on the other announcements that I needed to make. My next announcement has to do with Star. Yes, it's a live stream.
Okay.
I mean,
can you review this on your live stream?
Is that banana bread?
I made it myself.
You want to say hi to the people? Ooh, it's warm.
Guys, I made banana bread. He's gonna review it. Tell me if it's good. Isn't it good? It's the Starbucks kind. We looked up the recipe.
Yeah, pretty good.
Hi, everybody.
Everyone, this is my sister, Star.
I hope you guys enjoy the live stream. I'm sorry I couldn't make you all banana bread.
Star will personally ship you banana bread.
Maybe, if they're patient.
That's good. This stream is just taking a drastic turn. I'm sorry. I'm eating banana bread. It almost has like a fall taste to it. Sorry, when it gets on the side of your mouth. I know there's like 60 or 70 of you watching this. I don't care. Thanks for the banana bread. All right, next bit of RIP review. For all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer, and welcome to an RIP review of banana bread. So the banana bread has it's very moist. It's got a good flavor. The texture on it's really good. It's got a lot of detail on the top. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 skulls on the RIP reviews rating scale. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, so a lot of people have been asking me to bring out Spasm. So let me just get him. 1 second. Oh, come here, Spaz. Come here, buddy. There we are. All right. Here's the man of the hour, Spasm. Let me get him right in there. So Spasm, I've been meaning to make a history of Spasm video because I feel like he is deserving of it. So if you didn't know, if you're living under a rock, Spasm here is my favorite Halloween prop of all time. Right here, this guy, Birds of a Feather. I've had Spasm for a really long time. I mean, I don't even remember. I got him back on the website called Fright Catalog. Does anyone remember Fright Catalog? Fright Catalog was the bomb, and I believe they brought it back even. But I got Spasm for, I don't remember how much. I want to say he was around $130 at the time, maybe even $100, which is crazy because he's such a rarity now, and I've kept him in good shape. Sorry, this thing falls out of him, his little sound box. I need to glue it in. But yeah, Fright Catalog is where I got Spasm back in the day. You may recognize the character of Spasm because this guy has been featured enormously for my creepypasta fans in the creepypasta of the Russian sleep experiment. Great story, by the way. That's a pretty gory story, too. But whenever people talk about that story, there's often a picture of this thing accompanying the story. And I think he fits well for that story. He goes well with the vibe of it and the really creepy tone. So he is my favorite animatronic and Halloween prop of all time. It's going to be hard to ever replace him. If you're a fan of distortions or making monsters, and you might know the name Jordu Shell, who has a really great studio. He sculpted a lot of incredible things, masks, you name it. Jordu sculpted him, and I would really be curious to know how many of these even exist anymore, because I've tried to look it up, like, to see how many people on YouTube have talked about him, and I'm one of the only people who has an original Spasm. So a few years ago, they made a new version of Spasm, and it's a cloth Spasm with a pole in the middle, and it's just weak. I don't particularly like that Spasm. Same goes for the Hex, which is sad. But let me turn him on. So he has a little switch down here. You see that? He has a switch. And this is the sound thing that's supposed to go here, but it constantly falls out. Also, in case you're wondering what is at the bottom of a Morbid Enterprises Spasm, it is basically just the foam. So you can clearly see the foam. And that's the inside. That is Spasm's bunghole, if you will. So now you know. And when you can switch him on, and if he works. So the way Spasm, his sensor isn't the best anymore. It has to do with light. It's a light sensor. So let me see if I can. Or has he been on this whole time? No, there's no way. I don't know. His sensor always acts up for me. This is so weird. Sorry. No? Nothing? Really? I hope he's not broken. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, maybe he has some performance anxiety. That happens, when people try to watch you pee and you just can't. Here, hang on one second. Let me try to use my phone flashlight. Or you know what it could be? Maybe his batteries are just dead. I feel like that might be the problem. His batteries might just be dead. So I'm sorry that Spasm's not working live. Let me go back to the stream on my phone. Oy vey. Let me pull up the stream on my phone. All right, well, for whatever reason, Spasm's not currently working at the time. But he is in great condition. And I don't know why. I feel like his batteries are just dead because I haven't replaced them in a while. So I need to get new batteries for Spasm. But even without his motion and the noises, he's still easily the best Halloween prop of all time. Just look at the face, look at the mold, look at the character. There's so much character in just looking at this. And then you compare that to like the newer animatronics we're getting that just, I don't know. Not a fan. Not a fan. Anyways, let me put that back in there. Spasm's gonna chill right here so he can watch the stream. Ain't that right, buddy? There you go. Well, there was my Spasm gig. There you go. Brady just ordered the Sitting Scare Witch. Very creepy. Very creepy. You did a great job in Out from the Shadows. Oh, the Jaden movie. I would recommend you watch our newest collaboration on his channel, Chuckles, which is basically about me getting murdered by a psychopath clown played by Jaden. And I think it was probably his best movie, so go give it a watch. So yeah, I'm just trying to see what other Hot Topic has a new Krampus Funko Pop. That is pretty cool. I have a Krampus Funko Pop, as a matter of fact. Okay, so great segue because I got a comment about it. I want it to know how many people would consider joining a Haunter Discord. But I'm going to need enough people, so whether you comment it here, or if you're someone who likes that idea, I want you to spread that to other people, because I need enough support for it in order to do it, because I'm not going to do it if like 4 people are on the Discord. I mean, I would preferably like about 100 plus people to join the Discord. You would need a Discord account, which is free, or the Discord app or whatever, but I've been thinking about it. I put it together yesterday, but I never officially did it. Basically, if you've never heard of Discord before, it's basically like a big group chat where you can have voice messaging, like a FaceTime system, like a group chat, kind of like Skype, or you can just type on it. And basically, I would make different sections, like sub Discords, referring to different topics. So maybe a horror movie Discord, an animatronic Spirit Halloween Discord, whatever people want in the big Haunter Discord. So if you like that idea, let me know. People are spamming for me to say Moist Mac. There you go, Moist Mac. Moist Mac, Moist Mac, Moist Mac. That's not really a tongue twister because they both start with M, so that's not a big problem. But anyways, the Discord sounds like people are on board, so perhaps I'll do that. And and Chad wants a Star section. Star, you want to be on my Discord? Star, you want to be on my Discord? Not now. I'm just asking. Okay, you heard it here, folks. Star will be on the Discord. But anyways, yeah, I have the Discord site up right now. So let me work on that, and I will get back with further details in the future for you all regarding the Discord chat. Up next, another bit of news. Another bit of news regarding my channel and myself is I am planning, and I want to let you know if you guys, I want to ask you if you would be interested in this, because right now we have 71 people watching, which is pretty nice. So hey, you know what? High five. Come on, do it. Do it. Hit the screen. Do it. Ow. Not so hard next time. We have a lot of people watching, so I thank all of you for watching the stream. But I want to know if on Saturday night or Sunday night or one night coming up, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, one of those nights soon, if you would like to do a live horror movie watch with me, where you and I will watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space live. And in order to do it, you will have to join the live stream and you will have to play the movie at the same time as me. We'll do a countdown from 10, and when we get to 1, we will press play in sequence. Killer Clowns is available right now on Netflix, I believe Hulu, and also on YouTube here. And we will sit and we will have a discussion and a watch for Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And if the idea goes well and a lot of people enjoy that, then we will do other movies, okay? So whatever suggestions you want to watch, preferably things that, a vast audience could watch. So a movie with a lot of profanity or a lot of sexual things in it probably won't be something I would gravitate towards. But the original Halloween is on the table for October. Creep Show, perhaps. Just, I also want movies that we can have enough discussion about regarding the movie. So yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's the next announcement. Also for people spamming stuff, I'm not going to just say everything that people are spamming. So keep that in mind, that I won't necessarily say what you spam. Next bit of news. Comes from me personally, though this does have to do with my channel. This is just more of a thing that I've been working on the side, and I want to tell you about it early so that you can be prepared for it when it comes around, inevitably, probably in October, fall, winter time. And that is that I am currently in works on a book. And I'm not the biggest reader, so I don't expect people to go out and read like this huge book. But I'm currently authoring a book of short horror stories. Yeah, short horror stories in the similar vein of like a scary stories to tell in the dark, Goosebumps, but more mature. It's not like dirty or anything, but they're definitely more intense than a Goosebumps book. So if you're interested in that, that'll be coming out soon. That will be determined mostly on my social media, but I will be making a commercial for it for Haunt Former, so you guys can purchase it if you want to buy my book. The book's only going to be 99 cents on Amazon, so it's not going to like run you deep unless you want like a signed copy, which I could probably do. But if you like that idea, if you like horror stories, they'll kind of be like a creepypasta book of some of my stories. I have about 6 of them finished right now, and I'd like to get at least 10 in the final draft. So we'll see how much that works. But yeah, it'll have quite a bit of stories in the book. I'm glad you guys will get the book. That sounds good. So that was basically all the big announcements that I had to make, which was the Spirit Halloween video, the Killer Clowns and future watch along live streams. What else? What was the other thing? The book, the Discord. Yeah, that was the basic stuff. So, and Spasm, of course. So with all of that said, that's right. People asked to see the Morbid catalog. One sec. I don't know what that was. Don't look at me. This is on former ASMR with the Morbid Enterprises 2020 catalog. Before I jump into this, somebody mentioned it, and I feel like I should ask. So on Instagram a few weeks ago, I mentioned about selling some of my animatronics in stores that I don't use a lot. If you're interested, most of you have contacted me already about those, and if you are in line to get one, you know who you are. For the other ones, I might just put them on eBay, so we'll have to see. Also, for the Discord, I'm going to make a section devoted to selling, like buying and selling and trading animatronics and props and masks and any of that stuff. So yeah. Also, Tones Toys, you're asking about my Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared poster. That's actually like really up high in my closet. So if I can get to it, I will. If not, I'll try to show it later. I have shown it before though. So yeah. Are you trying to copy HTJ Halloween? Yes, I am. I actually plan on signing the animatronics, probably on the forehead. I will kiss the animatronics and I will sell them. Well, like for example, Hex is probably worth like $50, but when I sign it and kiss it, I'm thinking it's going to be around $2,000. So I would hope that you guys would be interested in picking those up, because it's good to make a business for yourself. I feel like that's not a terrible. See, so Chris said he'll pay $10,000 for it, so there we go. Perfect. I'm meaning no disrespect to Hunter, of course. It's just a goof. It's just a goof. It's just a goof. I'm not starting any Haunter heat. Haunter heat, remember? Yeah, Haunter heat is a Haunter too. Yes, but in actuality, I did watch HTJ's selling video, and it made me think about, potentially selling some of my characters. Because let's be honest, you can't keep these things around forever. And I know a lot of you guys they'd be in good hands with you. So yes, I was inspired to think about selling them and perhaps getting them to people, which I think would be cool. Anyways, I want to take a look at the Morbid Enterprises 2020 catalog, which will be its own video, but in the meantime, and yes, I would sell Coat Rack Monster. I don't know if he works, but if you want him, you can direct message me and we can figure that out. Anyways, let's take a look at some of the Morbid stuff. I'm just going to show anything that's, I don't know, I find interesting. A few things right here. They have some new Pennywise stuff, a Pennywise inflatable. They also have Georgie's arm with balloon. That's kind of cool, and some light up balloons here. So if you want to look at that, study it, you can take a screenshot. I photobomb your screenshot. Yeah. Francisco. Okay. Pennywise stuff aside, we also have a few new Jigsaw and the Nun related items. And if you didn't get the Francisco reference, you can just leave. I'm just kidding. Hey, there you go. Somebody got it. Anyways, they got a new updated Billy puppet, which I know they kind of had last year too. They also have a new inflatable and door banner and a pillow. But I think the neatest thing on this list, an Annabelle pillow too, but that's not the interesting thing. It's this nun painting poster, because that's actually in the movie and makes sense. So that, out of all of this, I think that's the neatest thing. They have their Demigorgon. Oh, so they have a Demigorgon inflatable costume. I mean, okay. One of the neatest things that I've seen, and this has been kind of controversial for a lot of people, Is this Ghostbusters animatronic / inflatable Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? I never thought I'd see the day where they made a Stay Puft animatronic, but I gotta say, it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look terrible. Let's see what else they have. They have a few new like regular characters. Like I'm guessing that's it's Medusa and a Vampirus. Okay. Let's keep going. Bloated Zombie is another big one. Big one. It's a fat joke because he's fat. He kind of reminds me of a boomer from Left 4 Dead, not an actual boomer. He reminds me of the boomers from Left 4 Dead if you played those games, which if you haven't, come on, play the games. And I have seen Dead Silence. It's a very good movie. By the way, if anyone's asking about pricing, I don't know the prices on these because this is a wholesale catalog, so you'll have to find them online. You want to know one sad thing? Spasm, both the original's been gone for a while, but the new one is gone. They don't even sell it anymore. Same with Hex. Dang. Ooh! Ooh! Are you ready to see this? If you're an OG Hauntformer fan, you'll probably remember my little series of did I really just forget the name? Mad Prop Lab. Why did I forget that? That's my own show. Mad Prop Lab. But in one of the episodes, does anyone remember? I made a Mad Prop Lab about the Tiki guy. Does anyone remember the Tiki guy? Tiki guy. And I made one about what were the other ones I made? Why can't I remember it? What was the other one? No, not the zombie barrel was a prop build. The Mad Prop Labs were like ones that I had designed. But anyways, yes, you guys are right. The microwave. Does everyone remember the microwave? And I said they should make a prop of a microwave with a head in it. Boom! It's real. Microwave with severed head. Well, that's, kind of a letdown in terms of naming. It could have been called the Microwave Massacre, which I think is a horror movie, actually. But they made my prop. Thank you, Morbid. Thank you. I'll take that as a win. I guess I'll have to get it since I made it. They do care. Oh, yeah, and the Rabbit Easter Bunny. That's right. Still waiting on that. Other than that, I don't know if there's anything else. I mean, it's kind of cool to see, a prop that I kind of designed in there. A lot of tabletop stuff. There's a doorknob cover. There's a Donald Trump inflatable costume. There is a Donald Trump inflatable costume that looks like a phallic symbol for my Wicker Man fans. Phallic symbol. Masks. I mean, some of these masks are kind of cool, honestly. Thank you, Brent TV, for $5 I appreciate you. That was the basic stuff in the catalog. So yeah, now you've seen Morbid Enterprises 2020. Ooh. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. So We are an hour and 15 minutes into the stream, and there's still 70 of you. Don't you guys have stuff to do? Actually, I don't think you do. So basically, all right, you guys have nothing to do. Oh my gosh, Brent TV, you didn't have to send me 15 bucks. That's crazy. All right, Brent TV, because you sent me 15 bucks. First of all, go subscribe to this crazy man for sending money to a stranger on the internet. That's a whopping $20. Brent, tell me something to do and I will do it right now. Do it. Donate 1K. Oh my gosh. Mace Windu's on GTA and playing this at the same time. The real question is, what radio do you have on? Rebel Radio? Because that's a good one. All right, Brent TV, you got to tell me what to do. I'm only an elected official here. I can't make decisions by myself. $700 comes your way. Oh, man. No, Brent TV is not a bot. Shave an eyebrow. No, I'm not going to shave my eyebrow. Come on. You got to give me... I'm not going to shave my eyebrow. You got to give me... You don't have to keep donating, too. You don't have to keep donating. I mean, you can just... You gotta give me something that won't... I should have prefaced this. That won't fundamentally hurt me, both physically and emotionally. Give me something... Give me something easy and simple to do. There you go. Let those gears spin. Everyone's saying make me play Roblox, but you can't watch me play Roblox because I don't know how to stream my screen. I would try that. This reminds me of the movie Cam on Netflix, except I'm not going to like kill myself or whatever. I don't know what happens in that show, but yeah. Can you visit Bill's Spirit Halloween store on Roblox? I mean, I could, again, if I had Roblox to play, which I don't believe I do. Which I guess that means I need to get Streamlabs so that I can record my screen. Because if that's the case, then I'll do it. I just donated all of my ad revenue for the month. Ugh. Well, you know what? Brent TV, go to this man's channel and subscribe. He is a trooper, and I appreciate you, Brent. Just to let you know, your funds are probably going to be in some way, shape, or form contributing to the horror short film contest, with a whopping 31 people that had entered that contest. The winner's going to get a $50 Amazon gift card and a Haunt Former shirt of their choosing. So lots on the line. Lots on the line. So yeah. I'm sorry, Brent, but you know what the good news is? You can enter for the next one, which is going to happen around October. So you can look forward to that because it's going to be cool. It's going to be awesome. Yes, I did figure that out. Yes, you're the same Brent wherever you go, wherever you travel. So yeah, I'm gonna basically, unless I can think of something else, because I tackled everything that I want to. If you want to play Horror Trivial Pursuit, we can, or we can just chill, or we can have an epic staring contest. I can do this all day, all night. Not gonna get me. Some silent but deadly. Did I blink? I squinted. I blinked. I blinked. Poop! I'm sorry. He thought it froze. Oh, man. Cereal is not soup. Cereal might actually be soup. Or soup might be cereal. B sauce music, please. You guys win. Just blink with one. Oh, there you go. And then I blink with the other, and it's consistently open. Except Michael Myers sounds like he has asthma. You're kind of right. He's like, yeah. Is The Shining worth the buy? What kind of question is that? Yeah, of course The Shining's worth the buy. It's only the best horror movie. Do you know we have the same Krampus mask? I would believe you, Brent. I would believe you. Limac Spooky Town thoughts. Caleb, I think most of the stuff was pretty good. I think there were some really cool options, especially the ones that I mentioned in the video that I did covering that. But for positivity's sake, you can check out Doug's channel, Spooky Villages, where he's doing reviews of all this stuff, so you can get the A-OK cream of the crop content for Spooky Town that you so rightfully deserve. Limex Spooky Town COVID display. Could. What would be your dream haunted house? Jamie, that's a good question. My dream haunted house would have to involve zombies and aliens. Probably similar to my haunted house, The End, because for some reason, like the bright green aesthetic, the toxic zombie with the aliens, I just really dig that. I think it's a really cool theme. Also, like an asylum, like with Spaz here, Death Row, that kind of thing, I really enjoy too. And if you didn't know, I'm a psych major in college, and I'm big into mental health and psychology, so I think that plays a role in me liking the asylum aesthetic. So yeah. Sure, yeah. People are saying play piggy. I don't know what that means. Are you talking about like this little piggy went to the market? Because if so, I mean, yeah. Oh, you're talking about Roblox. Yeah, I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar. Matt, can you survive the Ayuwaki? No. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Did you ever hear about the new Saw movie? I'm assuming you're talking about Spiral. I'm assuming you're talking about Spiral, which was supposed to come out this summer, but I believe they pushed it back because of COVID-19. So because of that, it's probably going to come out either later this year, which let me just ask this question. Why are horror movies not released in October, like especially big ones like anything Saw, Halloween? Like, why are they releasing the new Conjuring in August? Or why are they releasing Spiral in the summer? Release it at Halloween. Halloween should only be playing horror movies. There's no reason for this. Does that make any sense? Maybe it's just because I work at a movie theater and I see it every year, but come on. Come on. Yeah. All right. So let me pull out the horror Trivial Pursuit, and you can ask me questions too. We're just kind of chilling with 71 of you fine folks. Thank you, all 71 of you. You guys are awesome. If I would have caught that in my mouth, I would have choked. Joseph, thank you for donating. Again, you guys don't have to donate, but I appreciate anything. Hey, bud, longtime fan. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Sir Joseph. I appreciate and applaud you. All right, here we go. Yellow. The yellow question on this card says, the killer in Terror Train 1980 avoids detection by donning what from each of his victims? I have not seen the movie Terror Train. Does anyone know the answer? Because I don't want to spoil this. In the movie, I'll say it one more time. The killer in Terror Train avoids detection by donning what from each of his victims? I'm going to guess their face, which would kind of be like eyes without a face. But I don't know. Would you say the face? Finger? I mean, yeah. Oh, Jared's on. It might be... I'm going to go with the face. Their costumes. It's kind of dumb. All right. Okay. Terror Train, 1980. Check it out. I have not seen Terror Train. Orange. Mac, do you like claw machines? I mean, yeah, I guess. I think they're kind of cheats. Orange. What are the names of the twin siblings of Thomason in The Witch from 2015? I've seen The Witch. I do not know what their names are. I'm sorry. Mercy and Jonas. Mercy and Jonas. Would anyone have gotten that? I remember okay, I do remember Jonas. I guess her name was Mercy. All right. Okay. Let's get another one. Blue. All these movies that I haven't seen. In Final Destination 2 from 2003, how does death pursue the characters, the order they escaped it, or the reverse order they escaped it? The reverse order? I feel like that would make for a more compelling sequel. Is it reverse? Is it reverse? The twist was that it was in reverse. Well, let's see. The reverse order. Hey, good job. I need to watch Final Destination. I've never seen any of those. Green. Man, I've seen a lot of horror movies, but these cards are really specific. What type of supernatural entities are lurking within the computer screens in Pulse from 2001? I'm going to go with demons. I think they're demons, but I don't know. Is it demons? Yo, you saw it, but you forgot. Ah, Chris, I needed you. I'm going to say demons. Ghosts. I'm a failure. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm a failure. Blue again. Oh my gosh, I've never even heard of some of these movies. In The Wizard of Gore from 1970. Has anyone ever heard of The Wizard of Gore? Is this like The Wizard of Oz, but gory? In The Wizard of Gore, what is the first name of the magnificent magician at the center of the film? I don't know. I have no idea. Does anyone know? You've heard of this, Jared? All right, what's the magician's name in the Demons of Gore? Someone give me a name so I can... Mr. Gore? Gore? Maybe it's Gore. Nope. Montag. All right. Some weird movies. Gore the Great and Powerful. I didn't roll a color. Menacing Molly, yeah. In what Italian city is John Baxter restoring an old church in Don't Look Now, 1973? Italian city, Venice? Wait. Yeah, Venice. I don't know. I don't know. Super Panda, I don't know what movies these are. I was right. Oh my gosh, I haven't even seen the movie. Boom, that's one right for me. Venice, Italy. All right, see, we're doing okay. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Blue again. What was the budget of Green Room 2015? $20 million, $10 million, or $5 million? Okay, well, I'm assuming it takes place all in the same room, like Saw. So for that reason, I would say 5 million. But if it's 10 million, that's kind of a generic. It's kind of a generic, like, price to put a question about it. So I'm gonna go with 5 million. 5 million. Boom! I got this. Wait, that wasn't a good roll. Here, Spasm. Red. Or pink. What French actress? You know what? There's no way I'm going to know the actress from Repulsion 1965. How am I supposed to know this? I can do the purple one. Actor Jeffrey Combs played what character in Reanimator 1985? He played Reanimator. He played, yeah, Dr. Herbert West, aka Reanimator. I'm not giving myself that because I knew that it's not fair. I'm just gonna look on the cards and pick the best question. Okay, I'm not the die is way over there on the floor. Yeah, I've never heard of half of these movies. These are really obscure. Oh wait, this is the same. This is the Magician of Gore. There was a question on there about Magic, which is about a killer ventriloquist dummy. Has anyone seen that? Because that's on my watch list. I feel like I would like that movie. I can say, you know what movie Jared and I, Jared's Rockin' Records on the chat, by the way. We watched for New Year's because he came over. Was New Year's Evil, which actually was a splendid movie. I really liked that movie, and I will be doing a review of it because it turns 40 this year, and I think it's just weird enough for me to talk about it. But if you've never seen it, Dead Meat talked about it. It's a horror movie about a guy who kills people on midnight as the time zones, like every time zone. It's weird. It's a good movie. Let's find another one. Here's a good one. What 1982 film was credited to director Tobe Hooper and producer Steven Spielberg? This is a question for you. This is a question for you 52 people. Tobe Hooper and Steven Spielberg. It's not Sausage Party. It's definitely not Sausage Party. Jared was right. It is Poltergeist from 1982. So yeah, it was a Tobe Hooper directed and Steven Spielberg produced, but certainly feels like a Spielberg movie. Here's another good one. The archaeological site in the opening sequence of The Exorcist 1973, one of the best movies of ever, is located in what Middle Eastern country? It's in the soundtrack too, by the way. Who made these cards? The people at Trivial Pursuit. Iraq should be the answer. It is Iraq. What route does Mini Castanev claim causes the odor of the pendant she gives Rosemary in Rosemary's Baby in 1968, which was another movie I saw over the quarantine. Great movie. I forgot the name of the root. Does anyone know the root? I honestly don't. I don't. It's a tannis root. Okay, a tannis root. I'm going to put all these to the side. Let's do another one. Oh, another Wizard of Gore. Because that's a movie. The Reanimator one again. Am I just grabbing the same card? Wait, this is Terror Train again. I'm sorry. I'm slacking here. I'm sorry. All right, here's a good question. What late night talk show host was Jack Nicholson's famous "Here's Johnny" line in The Shining 1980 a reference to? Come on, everybody who loves The Shining. What? It is Johnny Carson. Yes, good job, you guys. Here's Johnny. Da-da-da-da. And I got a comment on one of my videos asking if Spirit is going to make a Johnny from Shining prop. The answer is no, because his name is not Johnny. His name is Jack. If you've seen The Shining. And if you haven't seen The Shining, then why do you want a prop from The Shining? I don't know. Johnny Kimmel. Yes. Jimmy Kimmel. Oh, this is interesting. Annabelle 2014 was a spin-off of what 2013 horror film? Does anyone know this? I don't think I know this. Was a ripoff of what? Was a spin-off of what 2013? Oh! The Conjuring? Is it The Conjuring? I thought it was saying ripoff. No. Yeah, it is The Conjuring. Okay. All right. I guess I was just weird because The Conjuring seems a lot older than 2013. I feel like The Conjuring is like a mid 2000s movie, but I guess not. 2013. It's pretty recent. I started this channel in 2013. Hauntformer is as old as The Conjuring. How time flies. That happens sometimes. You're right. Let's find another good one. American Psycho from the year 2000 was based on a novel of the same name by what author? I've seen American Psycho. I do not remember the name of the author. Shame on me. Yeah. Haunt Channel says, fun fact, part of The Conjuring featured a town that's a town away from me. That is pretty cool. You should make a video there. That sounds pretty cool. Brett Easton Illis. Look at that, Jared. That is some knowledge. But Stephen King is not a bad answer. I probably would have gone with that had I not known. Let's see. Here's a good one. When the dance is canceled in the present day in My Bloody Valentine, very underrated movie from 1981, where do the teenagers hold their own party? Because if you know how it works, if you know how it actually works, is Harry Warden will come out and kill you if you do the Valentine's Day dance. Where do they hold the party? Well, they do hold a party in the mine, but it's yes, I believe it's at the police station. Oh, no, it just says the mine. Okay. All right. Yeah. But they do have a mini party at, I thought, not the police station, but it's at some little, like, it's at some place by the mine where they all chill out and drink and stuff. And there's a refrigerator and there's like a bowl, there's like a pot of like boiling soup, and Harry Warden like puts the guy's head in it, or Harry Warden, not gonna spoil the movie. Great movie, by the way. Here's a question for you behind the scenes people. The footage of the Blair Witch Project is meant to come from how many cameras used by the backpackers? So this is in the context of the movie, not the behind the scenes. How many cameras? I think isn't it just one camera, or is it two cameras? Actually I think it's two, because there's one camera that's black and white, and then there's another camera character. There's another camera that is in color. And it switches between the two through the movie, so I feel like it's two. It is two. Look at that. Look at that. Very cool. Let's see what else. No, I'm not gonna do that one. Another question about the Wizard of Gore. Okay, what is this movie? Am I missing out on something? The Wizard of Gore? Is this like a big movie or something? Like there's been like multiple questions on it. This is weird. I've never heard of this movie. It's a bit odd, isn't it? And another question about Terror Train. My gosh. Sorry I've gone quiet. I was just in shock. Another question about Terror Train. This is bizarre. Oh, here's a good one. This ties into my most recent review. What are the 4 requirements for the intended sacrifice in The Wicker Man? What are the 4 requirements for the sacrifice in The Wicker Man? And Stacy said that Terror Train's worth watching, so I guess I'll have to watch that movie. Wizard is a bad movie, apparently. Interesting. So the 4 requirements for the Wicker Man sacrifice, if my memory serves, should be he has to be a virgin, a fool, from royalty, and come to the island on his own will. Willing, king-like, a virgin, and a fool. Boom! Nailed it. So that was a great movie. Watch The Wicker Man if you're an adult, because it's got adult stuff in it. Here's one. Who directed Mulholland Drive from 2001? That's going to be for some niche fans, and Jared, if he's still watching, because this director in particular has a very unique style to him. You should watch The Wizard of Gore. It says it's bad on YouTube. I guess I will have to watch The Wizard of Gore. It's just weird. The answer, by the way, to that question that I asked is David Lynch. That was Mulholland Drive from 2001. So, those are all the questions. I really don't have much else to talk about. I'll just answer a few of your questions. I'm probably going to end the stream at the 2-hour mark, so we're at an hour 45, 15 more minutes. Chill with me, ask me any questions you want, or any questions you want to ask the fans. Rather Not Say says, thanks for keeping Halloween alive year round. I'm happy to do it. Would you ever build a set for your channel like Joe Bob? That would be very cool, actually. My room is kind of my set at the moment, which is subject to change, but, you know, my room has some creepy stuff in it, so for now, I'll probably keep it the same. Philibus asks, do you like the remake of My Bloody Valentine? It's shot and acted like a Hallmark movie, but it's not bad. They make a few changes to the original. The original is way better. So yeah. Can you check out Mr. Halloween's DMs? He's been asking. Yes, I will check all DMs after the show. Haley asks, favorite color? My favorite color is green, if you can tell from my room's aesthetic. But my second favorite color is purple. And I kind of like neon colors. It's kind of my thing. Your room's amazing. Thank you. I hope to do a room tour of it very soon. Maybe I can even do that tonight. I don't know. I'll film that soon. Good Boy asks, how's college going? It's good. I have 2 more assignments, and I am finished then with the spring semester, and I'll have to prepare for the fall semester, but I'll have a few months off, which is nice. Have you, besides, here's a good question from Madison. Besides Somebody's Watching Me, what are your favorite Halloween songs? That is a great song. I've been recently listening to a song called Spooky, and it's a very good tune. It is by the Atlantic something. You will probably know the name of the particular group. Spooky is a great song. Thriller, obviously. I'm Your Boogeyman by Casey and the Sunshine Band. Casey and the Sunshine Band, which is a great song. My favorite song of all time, as Haunt Channel pointed out, is Let's Groove Tonight, which isn't technically a Halloween song. It doesn't have any, like, Halloween lyrics in it, but I always remember hearing it around Halloween. And I've grown up on that song, and it's from my favorite band, Earth, Wind, and Fire. So that is my favorite song, as a matter of fact. So it's really good. I guess, like, kind of like how Michael Jackson's music has, like, a Halloween feel to it, but I can't quite explain why. But Michael Jackson was a fan of Halloween, obviously, with his love letter of Thriller. But there was an album that came out in 2017, which is called Scream, which has, like, his darker songs on it, and I recommend that album. I listen to it quite a bit. Heartbreak Hotel by him is also a very good song. Jeff is asking about SCPs, which are really cool. I enjoy SCPs. They've gotten bigger in recent years. SCP-173 is kind of the one that I've always known, but I wouldn't mind looking into more of them. I think they're cool. And I like the concept of the Foundation. Would make a great movie if they'll actually do it. This is Thriller Night. The Monster Mash. Yeah, the Monster Mash is a great song. I mean, there's the one by the Misfits, but also just the original Bobby Boris Pickett one. And there are some other songs too, like the Monster Jerk, or the Monster Rap, or what's the vampire one? The Blood one. I don't remember the Blood one, but there's a Blood one too. Those are all good. I would play them, but I'm afraid of getting copyright stricken. Listen to Coffin Mobile. It's pretty good. Okay. Will you do more Instagram streams soon? where you add people to them. I might, and I want to figure out how to add people here because I feel like that would be fun. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. Have I heard of Sum 41? No, I have not heard of Sum 41. Yeah, I have not. I have not heard of that. My favorite Michael Myers mask. Well, in terms of the movies, the original. But my model of the Trick or Treat Studios one, I'm looking at it right now, isn't, I don't know. For some reason, I don't know. I think the 2018 Trick or Treat Studios one is the overall best looking one. I think. Will Smith did Nightmare on My Street. That's a good song. I agree. People keep saying that Krampus moved, but I definitely don't think he did, unless you're trying to scare me. Don't scare Haunt Former. Because if there was something actually scary, you think it would... Is that a ghost? Very... Was that a... The end. That's the end. This is weird. I'm gonna unsubscribe if you don't stop. I'm sorry. I got the dice when I was on the ground. Is this your short film? Yeah. Oscar winner right there. Thank you. Blumhouse, yeah. Blumhouse is gonna hook me up. I hope they do. Actually, I would write some movies for them. Is Spasm moving? I don't know if Spasm's moving. 3 a.m. scary fidget spinner. Bendy or Freddy Fazbear? I have not played the Bendy in the Ink Machine games, so I cannot assess that question. I'm sorry. All right, if you want to send in your final questions, comments, concerns, please do so, because I will be leaving in about 7-ish minutes. But don't be afraid, because like most of you said, you seem pretty down for the Killer Clowns from Outer Space live watch. And if that one's successful, I will continue doing live watches every month. Sounds like a plan? Good. Because think about it, this stream has been going on for 1 hour and 53 minutes. So I'm thinking it's safe to say that people wouldn't mind a live watch of a movie. We gonna party! Da, da, da. Let's party time! Bum, bum, bum. We gonna party! Da, da, da. Party time! Bum, 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 bum. If anyone can name the movie that my horrible rendition of the song is from, I applaud you. I applaud you. I do. Party. That song is gonna be stuck in my head. It's party time. We're gonna party. Let's party time. The answer, by the way, is Return of the Living Dead. Hey, Madison, you got it. Good job. You got the ear for the music. You got the ear for the music. Wreck-It Ralph 2012. I mean, maybe. Did I change my hair color? No, I've never tampered with my hair color. This is just how it naturally has digressed. Have you ever been on the Haunted Mansion? Of course I have. That's probably the best ride at Disney. What are your thoughts on my original shows, Weirdos and The Witches of Salem? I have not uh, watched those, unfortunately. But yes, This Is Halloween is an amazing song. And I'm sure those are your shows are very amazing too. What's your favorite scene in the Haunted Mansion? I mean, I'm upset that the Florida one isn't getting a Hatbox Ghost yet, so that's kind of sad. I think the graveyard is probably the best because there's just so much packed into one scene. Yeah, that ride is pretty amazing. Search up Game Jolt. I can search it probably after the stream, just because I haven't quite learned how to search and do like live stuff, but I'll figure out how to do that eventually. Grim grinning ghosts come out. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. Ooh. A lot of people are asking me about my favorite horror movies. Stacy was asking about my favorite horror movies. I actually made a list, I think last year, of my top 5 horror films of all time. I recommend you check that out. But I'm planning on this October making a huge, like, you know how I did for the Spirit video where I like did a big thing of all of the years? Same thing, but with all the horror movies of all time to do like a championship for horror films. So yeah. Spooky, scary skeletons. That's a good song too. Do I prefer Gemmy or Techie toys? I think in their prime, Gemmy was the best, but overall, I think Techie toys has delivered consistency in terms of their what you see is what you get. What is my favorite company nowadays? Well, Trick or Treat Studios is probably my favorite company, but that's not really a Spirit Halloween vendor. I mean, in terms of masks, they are, but I mean, they don't really make many props. So props, I don't know, maybe YJ, probably YJ, but YJ is one of the most mysterious. Like, there's nothing on them. Like, they don't even have a website, so it's pretty underground. Have I ever seen Aqua Teen Hunter Force? It's a show that has interesting and weird creatures in it, so I'd expect you'd like it. I have not seen that show, actually, but if it has weird creatures in it, I'm more apt to see it. SVI is also pretty good. Seasonal Visions has some good stuff. A lot of their stuff, and this isn't an offense to them because they're good at it, but just saying a lot of their stuff is clown related, or is like a reskin of the same thing. And I would like to see some more diversity in their stuff before I'll call them like the best company. But they are definitely consistent in terms of the quality of their animatronics. Matthew says, "Why did you say such horrible stuff about Graveyard Ghoul?" So Graveyard Ghoul, perhaps I was a bit too harsh on him. So when looking at that list objectively, the worst of the worsts were Graveyard Ghoul, Jumping Cat, and Roaming Teddy Bear. And I guess I could have said Roaming Teddy Bear as the worst prop. But the reason I didn't is because at my particular location, his hair got caught in the motor and they had to pull it back. And I just feel like it was too faulty of an animatronic, unfortunately. And in terms of the best of the bests, I mean, obviously I picked Death Row, but after him, I would say Reaper of Souls and Michael Myers were also in that posse of the bests. Those were the other ones I would have selected. It was very close between those. When do I think the clown fad will die? I think just like everything, it'll eventually die out. If you remember a few years ago, I had the same issue with zombies because zombies, there's just like so many zombies every year, but I wish we had them back because zombies are far more diverse than clowns, if you catch my drift. Clowns just, they always look the same. At least a zombie, you could have one with no legs or one with a weird looking mouth or whatever the case may be. But I think it's inevitable that the clown thing will die off. I understand clowns are a popular Halloween monster, and I don't have a problem with them. I enjoy me a creepy clown, but when we push them in people's faces so much, we're making them less scary and ruining the point. So, yeah. Matthew says, I hate Spirit Hollow. Hate is a strong word, but I strongly disliked the theme. I wish they'd focus on ghouls and monsters. That would be good. More weird creatures, preferably, I think is Spirit's big thing they need. More bug-like things, too. Do you know Siren Head or Cartoon Cat? I do. I do know about Siren Head and Cartoon Cat. A fun fact, the artist who designed those, Trevor Henderson, you can look him up on Instagram. I recommend you do. He's got some really cool creatures. But he actually designed my Hauntformer logo. So the logo that you see of the creepy face, that's Trevor's art. I had to reach out to get him to commission it, but he was a really cool guy, and it's pretty sweet to be in contact with someone who's an amazing artist and great creature designer. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Do I like the prop Batch by Morbid? I do. There was actually one on eBay that I almost snagged in my area, but I didn't. But it would have been great to get that prop. There is another one on eBay, but it's a little more pricey. I don't really know if I want to do that. Since Easter, you're my new religion teacher. Well, I do recommend, I have a second channel that you should check out called The Glog, which is my quote-unquote religious channel where I talk about different biblical subjects and themes. So I think if you liked the Easter video, you might get a kick out of that. I also made a video called Is Jesus a Zombie, which I recommend. That's another one of those style of videos. And I also have some videos just about myself and my personal life called like The Story of Hauntformer and Mac, which I also recommend you check out. Do I like Mel Gibson's Passion? That's a good question. Passion of the Christ. I do enjoy that movie. I rewatched some of it for Easter. It's a very intense movie, and it's emotional for someone who's very invested in what's being portrayed. It is very gory. It's almost a Christian horror film, which a lot of Christians don't like horror movies, but it's interesting because The Passion of the Christ is basically a horror movie, and a torture one at that. So yeah, very interesting. All right, so I'm going to begin to end the stream down. We're going to start toning down the questions. So if you have any more, leave them. I thank you for all 50 people who are still watching. That's crazy. This is probably one of my best live streams, so I very much appreciate all of you. I will be doing probably another one this weekend again with the Killer Clowns. We're going to have a watch party, which should be fun. And you can go back, and if you missed, some of this stream, maybe you joined late, you can go back and watch an earlier one. Noctorum, I think that's how you pronounce it. Thank you. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate the 5. They will go in good favor. What theme do you dislike and like at the same time? That's a hard question because it's a theme that I like and dislike. The Hotel from 2016. Because the sign was beautiful. It was a great looking hotel sign. And the flicker lights and the elevators, they were good. They were really solid. But the whole theme as a whole was kind of forgettable. And I feel like for a hotel, which is like up there with some of the best horror movies are set in hotels, it's such a great setting. It's up there with like Cemetery, Circus, Zombies, the big themes that I feel like it was a little lackluster for me. So that's one that I would say is kind of both. They should have a mortuary theme. I've actually suggested that, so we'll see what happens with that. A few years ago, actually, I suggested an underwater theme. where you actually look through portholes like on a submarine and see out in the water. And Spirit kind of did that. So hopefully they watched those videos and they took some theme ideas, because I think some ones that a lot of you were considering. So yeah, definitely nice to know Spirit's paying attention to their fans. All right. Round it off with any last questions, because we're going to hit the sack. But there's always next time, as they say. And I appreciate all of you watching. They should remake a cemetery with an interactive morgue. That would be incredible. Like where you walk through the morgue and yes, good idea. I did not see your comment about Halloween Outlet Haunt Channel. So if you're asking, I did not see it. Have you seen Silver Bullet? I have not, but it's on my list. What's your least favorite Michael Myers movie? I'm gonna say Halloween Resurrection, because it's just a bad movie. It's not good. Not good. Do you know about Dragon Ball Z or One Punch Man? Sorry, I have the hiccups. I've heard about them. I know of them, but I have not seen them. How do I think COVID-19 will affect Halloween? I don't know. It's kind of early to say. It depends if there's a second wave. If there's a second wave, I greatly assume that Halloween may be in jeopardy. But remember, Halloween isn't just a day. It is an entire, really, I think the whole month of October is a celebration of scary stuff. And as long as you keep that in mind, the coronavirus cannot kill off Halloween. I'm looking to take my haunt professional. I DM'd you about my haunt video. That would be cool if you bought a building. That's actually one of my plans in the future. So that would be very cool if you got to do that. The Flute Lady is my favorite horror character. I don't know of the Flute Lady. Sounds creepy. And I do not know what Wally's Wonderland is. Coronavirus costume? I mean, possibly. All right. Any more questions? I think we're getting down to the wire here. But I want to say from me to you, please be safe out there. Even though, they're starting to lean off restrictions for this virus, please wash your hands. Be safe out in public. If you choose to go out in public, be safe. Stay healthy. And watch a scary movie or watch one of my older videos. You might just be intrigued at what you find. So always remember to take risks and at what you watch, because I feel like so many people are just into the same old, like, let me watch another Marvel or Star Wars movie. Take a risk and watch something that you may not usually watch. Maybe you watch a weirder horror movie, a more obscure movie, like The Stuff or something like that. I don't know. All right. I think that's gonna do it. Unless you have anything else for me. But I think that's it. Haunt Channel, can you please send me the question? I want to answer your question, but I do not see it. And yes, thank you to all of you who are watching. Get some sweet nightmares. Are you going to make a review on Child's Play 2019? I already did. You got to go find it. Look up Haunt Former Child's Play 2019 review. Should I buy Samantha or Face Off? Face Off. Two-hour live stream, and it's never gonna end, except for when I end it. All right. Be safe out there, folks. Thank you to Spasm, our special guest for the evening. Thank you, buddy. You want to say anything to the folks before we dip? Can you think of anything else? Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree. I agree. Spasm says Happy Halloween. Even though it's several months away, I think we can all agree in Spasm's great message of all things Halloween. And the question that was asked of me by Haunt Channel is, have you ever heard of the store called Halloween Outlet? I have heard of Halloween Outlet. Fright Catalog was the online store for it, and Mark from Morbid's family owned it. That is very cool information. I did not know any of that. Thank you, Haunt Channel, for sharing that with me. And I think that's a great way of wrapping the stream up, because Halloween is about family. Halloween's about the family that you can have rest on your shoulder and just say, everything gonna be all right. I don't know what I'm doing. I think after a while I get kind of loopy. I don't even know what time it is right now. I have no perception of time, and that's okay, because you have to remember that this is Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Halloween. What was that, Spasm? Oh, Spasm has one more thing he wants to say. Uh-huh. Wait, the second part? Yeah, you're right. Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Spasm would like to say one final thing. He says, remember, for all things Halloween, this. What was the next part? Oh, right. This is Hauntformer. Who are you? What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. You need to leave this instant. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. All right, good night, everybody. Stay safe. God bless. And happy haunting. Can I not fit? How do I turn it off? How do I turn? Oh, wait. Hi there. Welcome to Techie Toys. The purpose of this instructional video is to show you just how quick and easy it is to set up your live streaming computer. The only things you will need to fix your live streaming computer are as follows: a Phillips head screwdriver and a fresh set of brand new AA alkaline batteries, not included. All right. That's all from me. I'm actually going to do it. I'm actually going to end it. Not kidding. But all things Halloween. This is Hauntformer. I hit the wrong button. Whoops. I was trying to make it all dramatic. Now I can't end. What do you want? I'm a super freak. Super freak. I'm super freaky now. I'm a super freak. Super freak. I'm super freaky now. I'm a super freak. Super freak. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Boop, 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 boop. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Ooh, 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 ooh. Be happy. Ooh. Don't worry. Be happy. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 this is the segment of the stream where I don't want to end it yet because there's still 43 people watching, and so I just do stupid stuff until I run out of ideas and then I end it. Thank you that I'm not terrible at singing. That's actually nice. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here, Brent. Remember Brent from like an hour ago? Yeah, I'm still here. Are you okay for real? No. I'm not okay. You're gonna lose your head. Or maybe I'll lose mine. Ah! Ha, 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 ha. Hey, you want to see it again? Mm. Why are you still here? Seriously, I'm not. You want to be popular? That's the line. Dang it. Who remembers this one? Hi, I'm Mac. I'm going into my work Win Dixie Trudle XD. I am going to heaven. You need 1 million subscribers. Thank you. That would be nice. I won't leave until the stream ends. My gosh. That's going to be a long time, my friend. This stream is never ending. We should have, you know what I should do one time? I'm not even joking about this. Not tonight. But one time I would like to do a stream where it's like all night. Who would be down? Like an all night, like a big digital sleepover. That'd be kind of cool. Spooky sleepover. Spooky. Hey, that's a Spirit Halloween theme. Spooky sleepover. Would be cool. What are you still doing? Why are you still here? You go somewhere else. This stream is done. The stream it's over. There's nothing else. There's nothing. We don't want you here. Get out. One guy left. I'm sorry. How do you measure ghosts with a spirit level? That was good. That was good. What's your favorite idea? Mine is being creative. How do you get the idea? I just try to think creatively. Now, when you look at this orange, tell me please, what can you see? It's just a boring old orange. Maybe to you, but not to me. I see a silly face. Wow, walking along and smiling at me. I don't see what you mean, because you're not thinking creatively. So you take a look at my hair. I use my hair to express myself. That sounds really boring. I use my hair to express myself. Now, when you stare at the clouds in the sky, don't you find it exciting? No. Come on, take another look. I can see a hat. I can see a cat. I can see a man with a baseball bat. I can see a dog. I can see a frog. I can see a ladder leaning on a log. Think you're getting the hang of it now, using your minds to have a good time. I might paint a picture of a clown. Well there, friend, you might need to slow down. Here's another good tip of how to be a creative whiz kid. Go and collect some leaves and sticks and arrange them into your favorite color. Blue, red, green. Green is not a creative color. There's one more thing that you need to know before you let your creativity flow. Listen to your heart, listen to the rain, listen to the voices in your brain. Come on, guys, let's get creative. Get creative, creative. Spasm. Now let's all agree to never be creative again.